Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Come on, baby. You know the top-rated sportsbooking app in North America. Not only is it safe, but it's secure and reliable, baby. And when we're talking about it, you know, we got promo codes. Promo code being MOATS. When you make that first deposit bonus of $5, you will receive $200 in draft deposit bonus money. And you could use that money for parlays. You don't like a little parlay action, right? A little parlay. Y'all obviously know how the good guys were rocking this past weekend. So we could cook up with them, man, and lean on them this upcoming game as well. So you definitely love that. But at the same time, I know we all could struggle at times with some things. And whenever you do struggle, if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, need some crisis counseling or referral services, well, if you're located in New York, you see the number that you could text. But for everybody else, the number to dial is 1-800-GAMBLER.
Come on, yeah. Shout out to Canada. 100% deserves credit. Same to KP8.
We tapping right in, huh? First one.
That's a great comment. I would agree with both.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both, man. Them dudes look good, man. It's, dare I say, coming together. Dare I say.
Yeah. 100%. It's a lot better, actually. I mean,
I talk about it then, man. I feel like you got it on your tongue. How'd you feel?
I thought
this was your guy.
I thought we looked like an offense.
This is what we've been waiting all year.
A good portion of the game, and now it didn't show up in the first half in terms of the score, but we had too many self-inflicted stuff like penalties, the George Pickens crack block where I think Deontay took it down to like the 6 or 7 yard line. We were about to score a touchdown. I think that was the first drive, right? It was the first or second drive. And then we actually moved the ball. But then again, we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot. And then there was like 2 or 3 series in the first half where Kenny took a sack on a blitz. Things did look ugly for 2-3 series stretch. But you look across the league, that's going to happen with teams where you don't have a flow for a couple series or whatnot. But then how we played in the second half as an offense, even as a defense too, because the defense stepped up, 0 points allowed in the fourth quarter. We took it from the Rams, man. We took it. That was our game. It wasn't us waiting consistently for the Rams to make mistakes and then finally, okay, the Rams missed 3 or 4 opportunities. We're finally going to get this chance here to go and win it. No one wants to win this game. I guess we will. No, this was us taking the game in the fourth quarter as an offense, as a defense. And Canada, with some of the play calling, obviously deserves credit. Kenny, as soon as that fourth quarter hit, becomes the clutchest quarterback in the league. I swear to God. Kenny Clutch. It's 8-ball time. And, he absolutely balled out. Was throwing darts all over the place. Wasn't he like 100% completion rating?
Yeah, in the fourth. It was stupid, bro.
Yeah, some of the passes were, awesome.
Think about
passes.
it. The last, it was like touchdown, and then multiple first down to end it. Yeah.
I just really liked that game. I really liked it.
I've loved it, man. In terms of the positivity part, right? Obviously, we know we wanted to be better execution with some of that stuff in the first quarter, some of the stuff in the second quarter. But at the same time, this is the National Football League. Think about the things that we're, being hypercritical of with our offense and at the stage we're in. And just for context purposes, we look at that Rams side in their first half versus their second half and just even how that shift looked. And at the same time, we know that they're a lot further along in their development. But even with that, it just shows that everybody is going to have some of these ups and downs throughout the games. I'm just glad that the consistency part for us is Kenny always, or it shows that he's having his ups a lot more than not in the fourth quarter when it matters the most. Whereas we saw for that Rams team, they started to kind of get out of sync a little bit. Now, part of that was our defense keeping them, doing what we needed to do. And then also our offense sustaining drives. So it kept them off the field. But to me, that was, like I said, one of them things where it was just like, if they're going to be getting out of sync, I'm loving the fact that we're a start slow but finish hot type of team right now.
We talked on the phone after the game. Kenny Pickett just outplayed.
Oh, seriously, bro.
A Super Bowl champ, borderline Hall of Fame quarterback.
Whether we
Outplayed
talking
'em.
whether we talking the statistics or if we talking eyeball test, it's like it's there. It was there.
Dude closed out the game.
And like I said, it was Stafford. And we ain't got like Stafford won't hot. Stafford got hot
Stafford
at
was
one
playing
point, bro. He had a little moment where we like, all right, is this about to happen today? It's the Puka, Stafford.
Rams were running the
and
ball
Cooper
good on
show,
us.
Like
They had Puka and Cup. You're right.
Yeah.
They were doing good things, although Cup dropped a couple at the beginning. And here's the thing. I know I mentioned that we won the game. We took the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was more about us as opposed to the Rams giving it to us. And
Okay.
some people, the devil's advocate would argue, oh, they missed field goals.
Okay.
Cup had some drops and whatnot. But that felt to me more like a normal NFL game flow as opposed to what was happening with the Ravens, dropping touchdowns, and then with Gunner giving the ball back. Like it just seemed like this one was okay. We actually had like a quarter and a half at the end of the game where we imposed our will. We put our stamp on it, as opposed to last week. It just finally came down to a minute. We have the ball somehow because the Ravens just keep messing up.
Yeah.
And then, to our credit, Kenny hit Pickens. We ended up winning the game.
To me,
But this one just felt a lot better from start to finish, like Steeler football.
No, I definitely get what you're saying. I definitely do. My only thing I would say is this is kind of why even a week ago when we were talking about the turnovers that were created and the flow of the game, and why I'm like, you can't really pick and choose how the turnovers happen. We just know that they're going to happen. We know that drops happen. We don't get to pick and choose when they occur, but yeah, teams drop passes, right? So last week is Nelson Aguilar, and we're like, man, that's just Nelson. That would never happen if it was somebody else. Okay, 2 days ago it was Cooper Kupp, right? So it shows, once again, it's like, man, we don't like to put a lot of stock into it because obviously it's not something that is going to happen every single time, right? You're not going to see Cooper Kupp drop it every single time. But what we do know is football is not absolute. Stuff happens. Weird stuff happens. I'm sure it's people that went into that game and would have bet money that there was no chance that Kenny Pickett could outplay or even be in a conversation about playing Matthew Stafford prior to that game. But when you play it, you could just see, like, sometimes stuff happens. TJ getting that pick the way that he did, I'm sure Stafford's like, man, that don't count. That shouldn't count against me. It's like, well, it does, though. It'd be weird stuff that happens like that at times, man. But the beautiful thing is our execution has been getting us out. And it's not always execution in the sense of ball movement, but our execution is in the sense of we don't turn it over. And as long as we can keep doing that, while slowly but surely getting that offense turning that corner, it's keeping us in games, not just keeping us in them, but it's helping us win while we're sitting here at 4-2 right now. I mean, I think we're +6 on the year in the turnover ratio. That's big in terms of how we're getting out of some of these stadiums, because we haven't been outscoring teams, blowing them out. We know that. But at the same time, it's like, how are we winning? How is our record what it is? That combination of what we got going on right now. And like I said, it's only going to improve because the offense is going to keep improving.
It should. Yeah. It should.
I mean, it should. It definitely should.
Muth coming back. Unfortunately, it's going to still be 4 weeks. Yeah, he's put on IR.
Oh, they put him on IR.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait a little bit for that. But he'll be coming back, and we got Deontay, we got Peck. We got the main core that we need to get this thing moving. Started featuring Jaylen Warren a little bit more, or just in general, that running back dynamic was what we thought it was going to be like coming into this season.
It looked 50-50.
Yeah, now all of a sudden I don't want to trade Najee.
It looked 50-50.
Although he needs to run up the middle, stop doing these outside runs. Kenny even told him, like, you could see the one film tape. Najee's bouncing outside.
He's like, yo.
Pickett's he's like, dude, run this way. Run right up the middle where there's a wide hole right here. You would have got 10 yards. Yeah. Instead, you wanted to run outside and do some of your jukes. But then it's weird because some of his stupid jukes and some of his jumping over people does work, because we wouldn't have been down to the one after that TJ Watt interception from that Kenny Pickett dump off to Najee. If he doesn't toe tap the sideline, come back in, jump over it, dude, and like reach out the ball, get it at the one. I don't know if we score like that.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
So sometimes it does work, but
it just looks awkward.
I wish majority of the time you would just run straight over people.
Yeah. It's like a little guy's mind in a big guy's body. Like when I see him, he's like trying to bounce.
I think
It's like,
TG's right. I think it's got to be once it gets colder, he takes on that mindset, almost like the Hulk.
ooh, all right.
What's it take for the Hulk? I'm not the biggest
You
Hulk
gotta be
connoisseur.
angry.
He's got to be angry.
Once
right?
you get him angry. But the
So
secret is he's
nausea,
always angry.
It's got to be like below 40 degrees.
When it's below 40, I see my breath. I see my breath. I see my breath. I'm gonna run through his face. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. That could work.
I think that's what it takes.
That could definitely work. Because right now he's still kind of like in between. And it's, think about the weather. Some days it's kind of hot. Some days it's kind of cold. Yeah, some days he kind of want to run outside. Other times he want to cut it up and
So
hit
I'm
somebody.
thinking around mid-November, end of November.
That's what we can get.
We'll start seeing like 100-yard gains from Najee,
Okay.
hopefully.
Because he hasn't had one this year, has he?
No.
No.
Not even close.
Mm-mm.
Well, what? He got like 70
70
against Houston.
yeah.
What, I didn't check the stat line in a minute, but what do you have? Did he have like 50 or 60 against the Rams?
That's cool. Yeah.
I'll check again, but